Hey guys, it is Kurt from Parade the Gospel, and today we are in Two Rivers at Neshota Beach, and wow, look at all the people that we have here. On a typical hot summer day like today, August 19th, there's probably maybe just a little bit under 1,000 people if you go all the way down. So what are we doing here? Well, right here, we got my 10 Commandment Gospel Tract coins. You can get these from Living Waters. They are a fantastic tract, because they are weatherproof, and it's got a little bit of weight to them too, so they won't blow away, so you can leave them in all kinds of places. But today we're doing something called Buried Treasure. What we're going to do is go along the beach, and what I like to do sometimes is actually come here the night before, and I call it seeding, and I'll just leave gospel tracts like these just laying in the sand. I'll just kind of drop one here, drop one there. Sometimes you can bury it under just a tiny bit of sand, trusting in the sovereignty of God that someone will eventually find it by digging all of these holes. Now, in a couple of weeks, we have something called Kite Fest, and you have about 30,000 people that come to this thing. It's right here on the lake shore, lots of kites, lots of people. You can handle gospel tracts as people are moving about. You can set up the evangelism board, which is the questionnaire board, and engage people in conversation. But today we're just going to talk about another simple method of getting the gospel out by via finding gospel tracts on the ground or slightly buried. These are nice and shiny in the sun, so people are going to easily see them. So we're going to take a little walk in just a bit. I got some other materials too, like some nuggets of truth. We can use those as well. Those are nice and bright and very noticeable in the sand, especially when you paint them different colors. We have an option of using a Ziploc bag with the word Buried Treasure written on the inside of it with a magic marker, permanent marker. And put a gospel tract in there, $1 million bill perhaps, maybe also a gospel coin, whatever. So lots of different options. So let's go for a walk and show you guys yet a simple way. Yeah, I just had an idea. Maybe like a message in the bottle. You know how people have like messages in the bottle? Maybe get like a empty 20 ounce bottle of soda, put some gospel material in there, have it floating around in the water, but it could look like trash, so you don't want to give that mixed message there, mixed signal. Maybe someone will just pick it up and throw it away, but they'll probably perceive that something is in there before they do that and get a gospel message. That's just an idea that popped in my head right now filming this. So, but mostly today it's just going to be the gospel coins. Let's go for a walk. And we are off. So, got a bunch right here, and what you could simply do, just kneel down, boom, plant one right there. Act like you're looking out here, whatever, and get back up and go again. Somebody will see it, absolutely for sure. Shimmering, shining right there in the sun. I was going to mention a couple of other things that a couple years ago, 2 years ago, right here by that, whatever you call it, they were showing the movie Jaws, which is actually a pretty unique thing that they had. So they're showing the movie Jaws at nighttime on the projection thing, and you can be in the water watching the movie Jaws here in Lake Michigan. That was pretty unique, pretty awesome. So that day we actually went out to hand out some gospel tracts as we were doing that. Me and Chloe went out to get people as they were coming to and leaving. Now I was going to get some film footage of that, but I never actually did get film footage because it was too dark out and I could barely see anything. I do have some film footage of us being there, but it was just too dark out to get anything that would be worth posting. So it's right up there that we were at. Another thing I wanted to mention too is that 2 years ago I think it was, or was it last year? I think it was last year. Richard, my buddy Richard, I did a video a few videos ago. Him at the Appleton Farmers Market doing his music thing, and him and another buddy of ours, Brent, were down here, and maybe Michael was down here. I don't remember if he was or not, but they were down here somewhere. I was probably working that day, so I didn't get to see it, but they were doing their music, sharing gospel tracts, and all that good stuff. So I just dropped another coin. Let's see if we can find it right there. Lots of kids walking around, so they will eventually see that, but you can go a little bit closer to the water, a little bit further back, but obviously most people are by the water. This stand is pretty hot to walk on, so of course it'll be near the water where it's not going to burn your feet as much. But guys, this is just one great idea, especially if you're like more shy and you don't want to talk to people, and that's something that we still do as well. When Kite Fest comes up in a couple weeks, we're going to be doing that. Me and probably my friend Luke. I didn't ask him yet, but we'll see about that. We've done it in years past. Last year, I'm not sure if they didn't have it here. They had it somewhere else, but we ended up not going to it anyway. But it's going to be here again this year, and 30,000 people is the estimate that they usually give for how many people come to that. A lot of people to talk to. It's great. So if you have a beach nearby or somewhere where you can leave gospel tracts, I recommend the 10 Commandment coin. It has got the 10 Commandments on one side, and around there it gives the verse, James 2:10, that whoever keeps the whole law and yet stumbles at just one point is guilty of breaking all of it. And yes, they can fit all of that in there. And then there's a quick, short gospel message right there. And then I think it's John 3:16 around the edge of this side. And I think it's got the website for needgod.com on there. So it's a great tract because, again, it's weatherproof and it's a little bit heavier, so you can put it places where it's not going to blow away or be damaged by weather should it happen to rain. So, anything else? I think there's probably a couple other things I wanted to say, but I'm going to drop some more off. But again, really easy. Bend down, pretend like I'm scratching my foot. Oh, my foot's itchy. Oh no. And I just left one right there, and someone will see that. I got a bunch more, and again, sometimes I come here at night. It's only like 5 minutes away from my house if I take the bike and bike fast enough. About 5 minutes, come over here, and yeah, just throw some, leave some. There's a bunch of like park area and stuff over there where you can leave stuff as well. But people do find them, people do take them, especially like this. And again, you don't have to bury them at all. That's the chances of someone finding it that way are probably a little bit more slim. But again, trusting in the sovereignty of God, I like to have it stick out a little bit. But I'm still going to call it buried treasure, nevertheless, because it just sounds better that way, right? I mean, what am I going to put down for the title of this video? Half buried treasure? Nah, buried treasure sounds just fine. Metamorphosis, that's what happens when you become born again. You change from one thing to another, just like a caterpillar to a butterfly. Check the temperature of this water. It's pretty warm. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not checking the temperature of the water. I'm leaving a gospel tract in there. So I'm just going to keep on doing that, and I'll catch you guys in a little bit. One thing I wanted to mention too about the 10 Commandment gospel coins is that there's probably more staying power with them in that it's not paper, so it's not going to get crumpled up. Maybe someone will stuff it in their pocket, it'll get crumpled up after a short time, maybe accidentally put through the wash or something. There's more staying power with the 10 Commandment coin. I mean, it's got the impression of value, I guess you could say, so somebody might keep it longer just for that sake. It's shiny. Maybe an older child will find it, or even a younger child. Keep it with them for a long time. Maybe they'll read it sometime in the future. So, yeah, and it doesn't get destroyed in your pocket as easily. So there you go. Somebody scooped that up out of the ground. So I guess we could call it buried treasure now, just because of that reason. I found some other beach toys that were together in one thing before, like in one group, and nobody was by it. So then I just kind of threw one nearby. Someone will see that, whoever it belongs to later on. That's just a stray shovel that somebody must have forgotten about, but someone will see that in the shovel. And it's all good. I love doing this. Trust in the sovereignty of God. Again, as I said before, it's not to it's not meant to be a necessary replacement for one-on-one conversations and other things that you can do openly or whatever. It's just another idea. Especially, again, if you're a shy person like myself, and I do other things too, but leaving gospel tracts around as you're out with the family, and I am with the family today. I had to go back over there. I said I was just going to be gone for about 5 or 10 minutes as I traverse this beach, leaving things behind, little trinkets behind, that will give the people the message of eternal life. Praise God for this opportunity that we have. So this is a little something that the kids made, and before we leave, this is what we're going to do. We have this little island in the middle. Now for the most part, when I place my gospel tracts where I get the truth down, we're going to place it somewhere where it has reason. It's not just going to be out in the open somewhere in the middle of nowhere, like I planted it by people's beach toys or whatever. It's kind of like a Korok seed, right? kudos if you know that reference, like a korak seed. It's going to be somewhere where something is out of the ordinary, or something where you might expect to find something, not just randomly nowhere, but somewhere. So we'll leave that there before we leave. We're going to let the kids play a little bit more, but we'll do that a little bit later. Alright, so this is something I just thought of. So I was talking about how I wrote buried treasure on there, so I was thinking maybe just have it kind of sticking out a little bit. You can even have like part of the money sticking out just a tad as well. Maybe something like that with buried treasure kind of sticking out like that, so someone will see that. Yeah, I don't think that's too bad. I mean, I don't know how well you can see it on the camera of my phone, but as I'm walking, yeah, that really sticks out, and you can definitely read that very easily. So that's an idea. Just get a nice Ziploc bag, put a $1 Million Bill Gospel Tract. This one is from Living Waters. Now this is an older version of it. The newer ones, they have the website right here, FoleyFreeFilms.com, and sometimes I'll take a marker, permanent marker with a different color, and I'll just kind of circle it to draw attention to that. So you can leave a 10 Commandment coin in there, or this in there, whichever. So make up several of these. When I use the chisel style marker, it's a chisel style Sharpie marker, so very thick, very bold. When you write that in there, I wrote it on the inside of the bag, not the outside, so it doesn't rub off as easily, but let it dry before you touch it. Otherwise it might rub immediately, but otherwise it's pretty good on there right now. So there's another idea. So here's where we're going to do our buried treasure, right between those two feathers right there that somebody else put up. That seagull is going after my buried treasure. It just plucked it right out. Alright, let's try that again. It's probably just going to come back. That was kind of funny though. Alright, anyway. So there's a guy over there. He's doing something, making something in the sand, sculpture. Go to Facebook and go to Beach Carvers. Just type that in. There's a Facebook page, or beachcarvers.com. I'm not sure if the website still works because they haven't posted anything since about 2018. I believe they moved away from California. They used to kind of do some stuff with Ray Comfort and his ministry, but Beach Carvers, and they made some pretty awesome stuff in the sand along the beach over there in California. And they would write stuff in the sand as they would make a carving. You know, they'd scope something out and have like 180movie.com or something like that, and it looks really neat. So that's another idea. If you guys are really good with building stuff, you can do something like that. I've shown before in No Gospel Tracts, No Problem video a long time ago, where you can write something in the sand. I do that not here, but somewhere else. It's a very good spot on my way to work. Oftentimes when I take my bike, I can write 180movie.com, FoleyFreeFilms.com, whatever, egod.com or .net. No, that's not ours, buddy. That's somebody else's. So I'm going to put that rock back in there a little bit later. We're going to leave pretty quick, I think. So, and if he leaves and he leaves that thing up, I'm going to put a 10 Commandment coin in there. So, it'll be awesome. Alright, so we're going to leave. So I'm going to put this rock back in there. There. Now someone will find that later to grab. It's got the Foley Free Films website on the other side. So let's go for another quick walk and leave some more 10 Commandment coins around. I forgot to bring some chalk, but sometimes I actually come out here at nighttime and I'll write something on the sidewalk along here. But got one of these, whatever you call them. This is painful to walk on with bare feet. We'll just put one right down there. So you got this little structure up here that I'm sure a lot of people like to take pictures of themselves in. This humongous chair. 10 Commandment coin. Someone's gonna get that. Have a bunch of park benches. So take a seat. Read about how you may obtain everlasting life. I was thinking too, another option, if you're comfortable, if you're walking by someone's truck like that and their, I don't know what you call it, the thing in the back is open, you can quickly, sneakily drop a gospel coin in there and they will get it eventually. So something scary just happened. Two little girls are running through this parking lot, just a little bit back there, and one of them almost got hit by a truck. I mean, she could have been like, I don't know, 2, maybe 3 years old. But guys, do not take life for granted and understand that, you know, if you're an adult, obviously, today is the day of salvation. You never know when your time can come. Anything can happen. That was like, my heart almost stopped. I thought that girl was going to get hit. The person didn't even see the little girl. She just happened to make it out of the way in time. And then the guy saw the other girl on the other side of the truck. So thank the Lord that she didn't get hit. But it is a reminder that every day is not guaranteed. Your next breath is not guaranteed. It's only by the grace of God that we shall get a breathful of air in the next second. So just something to consider, whether it be for yourself if you're not saved yet, or for your unsaved friends and family and loved ones and just the people around you, your neighbors. Today might be their last day. You never know. Go share the gospel with them while you still have a chance, while the mercy of God is still upon them, that they have not crossed over into death eternal. Share the gospel with them today, some way, somehow.